Hey guys, this is PrimEval with part 5, I think, of our third No Quitters game. This time we're the Iroquois. I guess it feels a little strange not to be playing Songhai. Um, and a bunch of our deals just ended, so we should go and re-establish those. Here, I would like to get a road going. That would help with our happiness, but we don't have the gold per turn to support that at the moment. And let's see if Past still wants to do this trade. Alright, so tiles that need improvement. We'll definitely need to go and improve some of the tiles by our latest expansion. Go and drop our city here, making a nice little channel connecting the main ocean with this tiny lake. We can go and grab ourselves a market here. And we want to work some more food tiles. So I guess we'll go and farm up some tiles. We can actually steal this tile. And this city doesn't mind at all. Alright, so we're still growing there. And we missed out on Notre Dame, but we might be able to go and grab the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We can go and get ourselves a monument. Alright, so we'll pop out another settler. We have this gold tile to claim, and we can squeeze something in over here too if we want, I think. 1, 2, 3. Nope, that's totally blocked off by all these city-states. 1, 2, 3. Maybe we could drop someone here as a canal, but that's not really necessary. We can build ourselves a circus, although since we have such a small population that won't really be relevant. Go and grab a market. Pledge to protect. Alright, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's still going to be more upkeep than we can afford at the moment. So in terms of military, we're pretty low now. At least France isn't on top. But with an army, his army is probably around 40, 45, maybe 50,000. And so that's not really an attack army. It's more of a defense army. So I'm not too worried about that. We're in a pretty safe position. We're leading on manufactured goods and tech. We have a lot of nice land, and we're protected by water. At some point in time, we might want to get some, start controlling some of this water, but for the moment, I'm quite happy with our position. We just want to build up our empire, and we don't have too much to worry about right now in terms of our neighbors, chiefly NQ Carl's, the French, attacking us. So I know that when we started the game, there was some discussion about playing with low sea level, which would result in a lot of land and a lot of these stringy, thin, land-like features. And I voted against that because I think the games are more interesting when we're all crammed in together and we have a lot of access to each other. And I think that everything was set to default. But as it is, this map, while it's interesting in terms of empire growth, there's not a lot of conflict happening. Carl's is in the best position to take Athens, which has the Hanging Gardens, Great Library, and the Petra, amongst other wonders. Ooh, a lot of raging barbarian ships. Discover artillery. Alright, so here, I think I'll go and grab Stonehenge for a little extra faith. And we'll send this settler over to grab that mountain. So as it turns out, we already have gold. Having extra gold isn't bad. We can trade it away. And another coastal city would be good as well. So we're still going to settle over there, but I'm not as excited about that as I was when I forgot that we had gold right under Osinka there. So here I can go and grab myself an aqueduct, and I'll actually go reset the tiles and try and halt my growth until I finish the aqueduct. So I can grow my capital a little faster. I can get a little more happiness. I think we're going to go with the happiness here. So we could actually connect this set of cities via a harbor once we get those techs up. So maybe we won't build this long, expensive trade route after all. Jakarta has Tenangranism, or however you say that, and the Spaniards are the founders of this religion, Pastism. It's been renamed too. So I guess the Spanish are just somewhere over this mountain range here. So we just finished our university here. We can get up a longhouse. So here we can go get our markets up, because our gold per turn is still really poor. The city-states actually have more military than we do. Hopefully our neighbors don't know that. We might need to get our military up a little more, just in case Russia goes up. We don't want to be seen as the worst. as long as it's a mystery as to how much military we have, we are a little bit safer. So that means if I do want to get my military up, I should probably upgrade this archer to a composite bow. So right now we are 3067, or 30,067. So let's see if just how much upgrading that composite bowman increases our military might by. Grab a stoneworks. And if we really want to squeeze another city in, we could take this hill here. It would have the fish and access to the coast. We do have the happiness at the moment to support that. And I do want to slow this down, just so that we can save as much food as possible from the aqueduct. So the aqueduct actually saves food. That doesn't really make much sense to me thematically, but the aqueduct saves the last 40% of your food. So if you get an aqueduct just as the population changes over, it actually won't do anything for the first 50 turns. So the best time to get your aqueduct, or the first 50% of your population growth, so the best time to get your aqueduct is right in the middle of filling your food basket. So that's what I'm trying to do here, just get more hammers and delay growth until my aqueduct is online. Brantford, oh man. So I really need to start pushing my own religion before this gets out of control. So we're working all improved tiles here. So Greece is hoping that I'll also attack Karl's around now. I don't really want to shift over to military unit production, although I might have to. We also want to see how much upgrading an archer to a composite bowman increases our military strength by about 900. We could go and grab some of these other wonders, but I think we need to quickly squeeze out a crossbow, just in case. We don't want to be too greedy here. We should spend at least a little bit on military. Although, I mean, if Greece is attacking the French, then we don't really have to worry about an attack from the French. So while we shouldn't necessarily build a wonder, we don't actually need those military units just now. We could go and grab some of these other wonders. The Alhambra would be nice for once we actually do need military units. A garden is a must. It'll speed up our production of great scientists. Alright, so now that we have our aqueduct, we can start growing again. And here, what I'll want to do is grab a shrine. So we finished our longhouse. We can go and grab a monument. We have enough faith to purchase something. Let's see what we have. We can purchase the missionary, which I might do depending on how much the next great prophet costs. Yeah, I'm going to grab the missionary here because it's going to be important to get some of our cities with our religion, in this case Sikhism, before pastism pushes too much into our cities. We need to get our pressure up. Alright, so here we just met KDJD. Looks like he is at war with someone, or at least, oh yeah, KDJD is at war with Spain, which is good. Spain is pumping faith like crazy, I assume, off of some natural wonder. Here, I could go and get rid of that forest, or I could leave it as is. That would break the trade route, which I'm not really eager to do, so maybe I'll do that later if necessary. That's pretty cool. Since I built the lumber mill before I knew there was iron there, I actually have the lumber mill and the extra hammer from the iron being there, which I actually prefer. I don't need a lot of iron right now, and I don't anticipate needing it in the future. Although getting frigates online might be smart. We can't build a canal here because Florence is in the way, but we might need some sort of a navy to prevent any sort of attacks from, say, KDJD, although he's probably quite preoccupied with Spain at the moment. Alright, so we're going to have to run our settler away to the protection of this city. Alright, do any city-states want me to build certain wonders? Find the lands of Spain, citrus, incense, Spain, tribute from Hanoi. Alright, so there are no particular wonders they want me to build, and I really want to get my faith rolling. So I'm going to get a temple up, and we're going to go and convert some of our cities. Here we can go and get a university up. And for a population, we could do with a library. Alright. So we pleased a lot of city-states with our exploration, discovering the lands of Spain. We actually haven't discovered the lands of Spain. We're just close enough for that to trigger. We just entered the Renaissance era, so we got a spy there. We're going to swing up and grab astronomy to build one observatory in Osinka, and also so we can start taking advantage of some of these sea-based resources. Almost all of our tiles are improved here. So that should help up our pressure, and we can start pushing out. With our city density, we should have some decent religious pressure. Let's plant a spy somewhere. Let's plant it in Paris just to see what's going on there. Actually, Athens. I am very curious to see what the Greeks are up to. And then once we know what they're up to, we'll likely not have any text we can steal. We'll bring it back to Onondaga to counter text stealing from France. I say only France because I think France is the... Oh, France and Spain have both seen my capital, but I don't think anyone else has. And so in order to send a spy to a city, you have to have seen it first. We could also stick a spy, the spy into Zurich instead, and then become allies by rigging elections. Or, find on map, Zurich is way over here. It'd be a little risky. France could definitely kill him. So, we're going to go and grab that bit of land there. Work on the Tower of Pisa. That will increase our great person generation and also give us a free great person. We'll work on that in our capital. So for now, you can work on the terracotta army. And you can work on a granary. So despite the fact that we're spamming cities like mad, we're actually have the highest approval rate. The only thing we're lagging on is soldiers. So perhaps Oshinka should have been making soldiers instead of this here terracotta army. Alright, so we got our first great scientist. What we can do here is go and settle on this wheat tile. And now we'll get to work on the leaning tower of Pisa. One, two, three. So we're leading by a considerable amount on manufactured goods, and we're also leading considerably well, we're 10 techs above the Russians, and we're also quite a bit above the average. We really should start working on our military, though. We can't play too greedy, despite the fact that we do feel very safe here with France and the Greece nation fighting, and our other neighbors, the Austrians and the Spaniards, are fighting. Especially with the geography protecting us, we do feel very safe. Go and grab a university. I'll let this guy grow to 8 before I start employing citizens at the university. So Spain just lost its capital there. So I'm going to go astronomy, and then since I am not feeling particularly threatened, I might actually go for public schools next. At war with Spain, friends with Spain. That's interesting. So Greece and the French just made peace there. And I'm not going to be able to settle this city without a little bit of a military escort after all. So Athens is just building their university now. They have the Hanging Gardens, Hagia Sophia, Great Library, Petra, Palace, National College, and Machu Picchu. But their science per turn is only 49, whereas we're pumping 70. So in terms of city-states that we might want to curry favor with, there's Zurich, although they're very close to the French there. There's Florence, so I might send my spy to Florence. I could also perform counter-espionage because I think the French are most likely trying to steal a tech from me, given that I am the tech leader. So clearing that forest, got a little more production for Osinka. We'll speed up the terracotta army just a bit. And then in total, having the mine there will get me more production in the end. So we just finished our university. We're going to want some sort of a military unit here to escort this settler. Is there anyone who finishes sooner? A pikeman would also be okay. One turn sooner, that's fine by me. I guess we can employ some people at the university here. Yeah, I'm happy with those tiles. Spanish prophet, there's some former Spanish cities. And we'll just pause the video here.